I've been four-wheeling my entire life. I grew up in the Black Hills of South Dakota, and that's pretty much the one thing that we always did is we'd go out four-wheeling with my friends, with my family, and that's what we did. We just go wheeling. And the fact that now that I live in Southern California and I can do desert racing, King of the Hammers is a natural transition for me to do my fast stuff as well as do what I grew up doing and put the two together, and hopefully I can bring home wins. I became a builder because I wanted to be better, stronger, faster, lighter than the guys. I have a competitive nature in me, and so I learned how to fabricate. To me, I think it gives me a better understanding of vehicle dynamics. I have this mechanical mind that I literally see when I'm driving. I see the pistons going up and down. I see the drive shaft spinning. I see the axle spinning. I know where the pressure is, especially when we're in rock crawling situation. Like, I can literally think about what's going on at every corner of my car. And because of that, it gives me better vehicle dynamics. It makes me a better driver because I understand what's going on internally and externally with my car. Going into qualifying, I had just gotten all the steering dialed in, and I didn't even really get a chance to tune it. I basically finished it at 3 o'clock on Monday night, and we had qualifying the very next morning. So I got to take 2 practice laps around qualifying. As I'm sitting on the starting line, the fuel pumps go out. And we thought it was just an electrical issue. The dust junkies had their dash torn apart and just thought it was an electrical issue. So I made it up and around the waterfall and was going up into the next rock section, and the fuel pumps just started sputtering out, and I kept flipping back and forth just to try and get to the rock so I could maybe even just like coast down the rock section, but kept trying, and the car just didn't want to stay running. Didn't want to stay running, and got it started just enough to go in reverse because Shannon Campbell caught up to me. So at that point I was like, you know what, I know I'm coming in last place. So I basically limped it back to the pits and did everything I could for the next 2 days to make sure that we took care of those fuel issues. The 2014 Griffin King of the Hammers will be my 4th King of the Hammers that I've ever raced. I've been out here for 6 years, and out of those 6 years I've raced 4 times, and out of those 4 times I've DNF'd 3 times. This is the first time that not only did I finish King of the Hammers, but I took first place. We had absolutely no mechanical issues whatsoever. I took the entire week prepping this car because they're brand new cars. So I tuned this car, and it was a fantastic race. I only got stuck in the rocks once. My co-driver only had to get out twice and winch. We got lost once when lap 2 split from lap 1. It was kind of a weird section, but that was just a lack of pre-running. We didn't know where lap 2 began and where we needed to split off. It was about a 5-minute downtime. Had a couple flat tires, but that's kind of probably just my fault, overdriving in the rocks. I mean, there's some really good sharp get you rocks out here. I think I was holding 2nd or 3rd the majority of the race, and when I saw that the Odyssey battery car died, I thought for sure that I was coming in 2nd. I'm like, yes, 2nd place. This is going to be amazing. I just got to keep the car together and come across the finish line. And when I found out that Larry had a technical difficulty of bypassing one of my most epic moments of the day at Chocolate Thunder, where I basically got my 2nd place back, he went right around it, and because of that he got a 30-minute penalty and put me in first place. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better race. I mean, there was a few small difficulties, and because you always wonder, had I driven a little bit slower, had I not gotten lost, like what would have happened. But it just goes to show that so many different things can happen in the race and you can still end up on top.